Geekazoid.
It's Thursday night, which can only mean one thing. This is Geekazoid Live, and I'd just like to say thank you so much for everybody tuning in. And if you are tuning in line, don't forget you are part of the conversation. So in that comment section below, let us know what you are thinking about, your questions, your answers, your comments, whatever it is. We want to know you are part of the conversation. As you can see by the title of the show, we are talking about gaming. There was so much announced last week. We could only talk about so much. So this week, instead of covering D23 like we did last week, we're going to be covering a lot of stuff happening in the gaming world. But I am not here by myself. The captain of this ship. Please welcome Mr. Captain Fizzman.
Hello, Jaden.
How you going, Fizz?
Good, man. I'm excited to talk about all things Hogwarts Legacy. And
Of course you are.
Creed. Yeah, like I mean, are we surprised that I'm excited to talk about Hogwarts Legacy?
But you know what's funny? Like, of course, you led with the Hogwarts Legacy stuff as well, which is really, really cool. And what I'm excited about as well, we're going to be talking about some stuff that happened at the State of Play, the PlayStation stream that we saw last week as well. They're going to be talking about God of War. We got some new stuff shown there. And of course, Nintendo Direct. We finally have a name for the next Zelda game, which I'm really, really excited about. And I actually haven't watched this trailer yet, so we're going to be experiencing this together. Is there anything else that you're excited to talk about this week, Fizz?
I'm also excited to talk about just last week. So like for the past 2 weeks has just been a massive week of gaming, and one of the games I'm really excited to talk about is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. That's also another one I'm excited about. I probably can't play it because VR, but
no, that will change. That will change. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. We have some people tuning in live, which is fantastic. Of course, Little Weird Guy is always first. We appreciate it. Tal, I missed him. Tal is second there. And we also have Abdullah, tuning in as well. Little Weird Guy, I know that you're not up in Sydney, and we have Comic-Con happening in Sydney, but you have just reached out and said you are excited for PAX. Are you going to PAX, Fizz?
It's at an 85% if I'm going or not.
And I wonder why.
They need to announce Hogwarts Legacy to be there, because I've got my cosplay all ready to go. And it's actually a cosplay from the game. Oh. So I've got it.
You showed me. I
found it online. I found the Gryffindor uniform that comes straight from the game. And I'm waiting for them to make that announcement being like, Hogwarts Legacy will be playable at PAX. And then I'm 100% there. But I have booked accommodation. I just haven't booked any flights or a ticket yet. Because I'm like, accommodation is sort of like the main thing I need to worry about, because it goes very quick.
Accommodation does go by very, very fast. And Tao saying he's decided to go to PAX 2 for the first time. Well, buddy, can I tell you something? PAX is actually, they go all out for PAX. Like the setup, it feels like you're going to an E3 expo, because they go all out, which is really, really exciting. Abdullah is going to PAX as well. That's so... Is it really just me that's not going to PAX?
Come on, man. You just go for like a day or two. Like take a quick trip to Melbourne.
We'll see. If they have Hogwarts Legacy there, I'll think about it, all right?
They have Gotham Knights and Midnight Suns.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. All right. We have been talking a bit. This is a big intro. As you can see, it's just the two of us. So this is a return of Fight Night Friday!
And my hand just disappeared.
Yeah, your hand. Well, how are you going to fight without your hand? But it's a Thursday, so it's Fight Night Thursday. But it's not. We're talking about all gaming. So, but before we get to the gaming, though, Taylor did request talking about this, so we better do this for her. Taylor's actually flying in from Melbourne today, so she's going to be landing in Sydney, and I think she's still traveling, so she might join us, she might not join us, and Dion's going to be missing this week as well, which is totally fine. But before we talk about all things gaming, we have one trending topic to talk about. So, cue the thing. All right, Fizzman, give it to me. You're going to cover this for Tay because she is... I mean, we're all very excited about what's happening here, but tell me, what is happening? Disney Cruises?
This is very much breaking news. It dropped today. We have our prices revealed for how much we're going to have to pay for Disney Cruises when they come to Australia. I can say that booking opens on September 29th, so next week. And the prices start from $1,400 all the way up to $5,500. That's like the price range you're looking at.
Can you tell me that one more time? What's the prices?
So it goes starting from 1,400 AUD, and that's for a 2-night Disney Magic Sea cruise starting from Sydney and ending in Melbourne.
2 days.
Yeah.
How much?
For 2 guests.
For $1,400. Okay. Yep.
And then the largest price for 6 nights, going from Sydney to Namibia and New Caledonia.
Okay.
$5,416 AUD, and that's for 2 guests.
Wow.
And the prices change based on like what type of room you get. So,
of course,
if I bring up the 6-night one, inside in the stateroom, you're looking at $6,005. Ocean View $6,601. Veranda is $7,792, and concierge is $15,207.
Okay, so this is interesting because if you break it up for 2 nights, that's about $700 per person, right? But then when you go on a cruise, I'm assuming it's covering like obviously accommodation.
It's covering everything.
The meals as well.
Yes.
You probably have to pay for drinks on top of that. The entertainment as well. I'm assuming even though it's a 2-night cruise, they're still going to have like the Disney themed entertainment, and you're paying for the Disney
so the
experience.
Price breakdown. I have this in USD. I don't have it in Australia, but for one adult, it's $365.20 USD, which would be about $450 maybe.
A night,
and then
basically.
So that's actually in total. And then you have your tax, which is $202.38. So tax is where we're getting, like, where it's going to be a lot.
Yes, that's where we're getting affected. Yeah, Abdullah, that is a lot. But can I, just to put it into perspective, right? So I've been on like a P&O cruise. And if you haven't done a cruise before, I suggest going on a P&O cruise because it's affordable. I've done maybe a 6 or 7 day cruise, and it's cost me, and this is like a while ago, so things have changed in terms of pricing and inflation, but it probably cost me about 700, if not 800, for like 7 nights. So that's a week cruise. So think about that. I know it's 2 days. It is Disney, but then when you start looking at that price, that $5,000, is that for 2 people or is that for a family?
That is for 2 people.
Yeah, wow. So imagine if you're a family and you're going to pay that as
that's
well.
That's for like 6 nights.
And that's for 6 nights. So you're nearly looking at, Fizz. Yeah, it's like $400 a night per person if you look at it sort of like that. But like I said, everything's included. I guess when they also release what sort of shows you can expect on the cruise, and I guarantee you, this Disney cruise, they will put on a show. I'm telling you that now. But then that expense.
They've also released the itinerary.
Oh wow! Look, we don't have enough time to go.
We don't have enough time. Exactly, that's the thing. We could talk all the time about Disney cruises, but we don't have enough time.
But you know what, Fizz? What we might do is in our Instagram stories, we might actually post a link to all this. And if you guys want to find out the itinerary and all the details for the Disney cruise, we can definitely chuck that in there. How does that sound?
Yep.
Pretty good. Guys, if you're listening to this live, definitely let us know in the comments below if you're thinking of going or if you're not thinking of going. We have some people chiming in. Little Weird Guy says, fun fact, my cousin used to work with Disney Cruises. And Abdullah says that's a lot. I would love to go because I've never been on a Disney cruise before. But then at the same time, you could travel overseas for that price. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
it's what do you want to experience? Do you want that Disney thing, or do you want to do something that's not Disney related? Interesting. What are your thoughts, Fizman?
I mean, I've never been to Disney, so
This would be your first taste
this
of it,
would
right?
be sort of my first taste of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can totally understand. And it's a Disney cruise. Like, if you're a Disney fanatic, this is something that you would want to experience. Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking about fanatics, you know how much of a PlayStation loyalist I am. And PlayStation State of Play happened last week. It was just so bizarre, Fizz, that last week we had so many announcements happening. D23, PlayStation, Ubisoft, Nintendo Direct, they all dropped. And
I feel
mean,
like we
you-
should have expected PlayStation to happen because they usually do a state of play like every September, so we shouldn't have been surprised that it
Yeah.
would happen. Because
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
remembering 17th September 2020 is when they announced Hogwarts Legacy.
There you go. And I mean, PlayStation and Nintendo, I think they dropped theirs at the same time, but it wasn't during D23. It was definitely after the
It
weekend,
was after.
where Ubisoft had a different approach and they dropped it during D23, which is sort of like, I mean, even though I saw all the news drop, but in terms of mainstream, it was pretty much drowned by everything happening at D23. But anyway, State of Play happened. Loved State of Play, and we're going to be starting off with State of Play. PlayStation really, really delivered. There was a couple of things that I found really interesting during the stream. The Rise of the Ronin. This looks really, really cool. It looks like it is an exclusive to the PlayStation. I'm not sure when exactly it comes out, but if you're into your whole ninja, samurai, this game looks unreal.
It's giving me a lot of Assassin's Creed vibes.
Yeah, you know, it's also given me a bit of like we've seen a couple of games like this on the PlayStation before.
Neo. There was one
Yes.
NIOH.
Yes, that's the one. I mean, it looks cool. Who doesn't like? I mean, I love games that it's not just. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yep, exclusive. Oh, so 2024. So this is a big wait for this one to come out.
Great. There's enough time for me to be able to get a PlayStation in time for this.
Look, it looks great. This is only a teaser of the game as well, so I'm sure the game will definitely change in regards to the looks and the play. Yeah, it looks like a winner to me. I mean, I've got a pile of PlayStation 5 games over to my side here that I'll need to complete before I get onto this one. But it's great to see that PlayStation is still working on exclusive content. I mean, they always are, but it's nice to see a new IP coming to the fold as well.
Yep.
Okay. This one, we already know about. This isn't really a big announcement, but we do have some more God of War footage. God of War is coming out very, very soon. I believe it's next month, Fizzman. I believe God of War is
I
coming
believe
out.
also God of War is the reason why Hogwarts Legacy was delayed.
Really?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say because they knew it wouldn't be able to compete. It's like God of War, like come on. We want
So,
Hogwarts Legacy to have a chance.
So speaking on that, Fizz, which is interesting that you mentioned that because we've noticed
So
that
a lot of games did get delayed because of God of War.
Okay, and because we've been seeing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy stuff being pushed and released on PlayStation 5, I wonder if this is PlayStation's request because God of War is a big franchise for them. I wonder if they
100%.
I wonder if they spoke to Portkey and said, "Can you
Avalanche.
delay the game?" Is it Avalanche? So what's
It's
Portkey?
Avalanche. Portkey Games is like the Warner Brothers gaming division, but Avalanche Studios is the developer behind Hogwarts Legacy.
Lucky you're here, Fizzman. Lucky you're here. But yeah, this God of War trailer is insane. It's getting me super, super excited to play this game. I will have to pick up the last God of War game and finish it off properly. But for me to finish it off, I'll have to start again from the beginning and play through because I would have totally forgotten where I'm up to and what mission I have to complete. So that is a possibility. I actually don't have long to do that though. But doesn't this look insane? Ragnarok.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I played a demo of God of War on my PlayStation 3. I haven't actually played a full God of War game, so I have a lot to catch up on before even getting a chance to play this yet.
You would freak out if there was a gameplay of Hogwarts Legacy, right?
I would, yes, definitely.
Is there any rumors that there is going to be a Hogwarts Legacy demo being released at all?
Oh, I wouldn't put it past them because in 2019, when they were getting ready to drop Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, they actually displayed it at PAX.
Yes.
And it was very much of like a 2-week early announcement. And I was like, damn it. Damn family commitments.
I wouldn't be surprised if over the Christmas holidays they do release a demo for Hogwarts Legacy just to get those people that are sitting on the fence excited for it.
Oh, yeah. 100, yeah.
That would be cool. I would be on that.
Open beta testing strictly to Fizzman, and I will tell you exactly what's good and what's not good about the game.
Well, we know the people that are pushing the game, so especially in Australia. Just really quickly, Abdullah chimes in, Fizz. I never played God of War. Well, it's never too late, and this could be the first time for you, Abdullah. And then also, little weird guy, the last God of War was a bitch to 100%. Look, it's been a long time since I've 100% completed. Oh no, that's a lie, and I can't remember which game that was, but it was recent. I can't remember if it was Ratchet and Clank or if it was. I think it was Ratchet and Clank was the last PlayStation game that I 100%. But I've just given up because it just takes a long time. But Ratchet and Clank.
Put into a game to complete it 100%.
Here's a quick tip: if you want a quick game on PlayStation to 100% and go platinum on it, Monopoly Deal.
Okay.
You can do it. You can do it in 45 minutes. I'm telling you now. It's a great game. Monopoly Deal. Boom. Get it.
I mean,
you can play
the game that I'm like 100% down to get Hogwarts Legacy down to 100%. Like that's the game I'm going to put so many hours in. Speaking of,
yes, what a segue, Fizzman.
Yes. So a while ago, you remember how I talked about how there was a exclusive quest to PlayStation? Well, I'm aware. In State of Play, they dropped this trailer, which actually goes through what the quest is about. So it's the Haunted Hogsmeade shop, and it is currently a PlayStation exclusive, not only for a year. That is what I'm happy about. It is a timed exclusive. Cool. Every PlayStation exclusive has a 1-year time limit, and then it will go straight to other platforms. So I'm happy about that. But essentially, you're trying to figure out why this Hogsmeade shop is haunted and figure out all the secrets behind it. So it's going to be like another battle dungeon.
I'm curious to know if, because Xbox haven't had their sort of like State of Play or whatever Xbox calls theirs, right? I wonder if we're going to see an exclusive for Xbox.
I doubt it because PlayStation is very much a partner of Hogwarts Legacy. Is why it got dropped during State of Play and everything. Okay. So
that would be like,
that's
say,
why
just
PlayStation is getting so many of these exclusives.
Okay. Let us know in the comments what you think about Hogwarts Legacy and this timely exclusive. Also, let us know in the comments below, do you own a PlayStation? And are you excited for that we're getting this exclusive Hogwarts stuff? I know Fizzman isn't excited, but Fizzman, look, if I need to lend you my...
I'm excited. I'm not overly excited because I know how hard it is to get a PlayStation 5.
Look, if you need to borrow my PlayStation 5, you're more than welcome to. I'll happily allow that. Yeah, how exciting. That's really cool. It's funny. I feel like the Hogwarts Legacy and the people at Avalanche and all that are just dropping these weekly nuggets just for you to report about it on Geekazoid, to be quite honest. They're doing it for you. We got
past common room tours and everything. I'm just... Everything about it is just hyping me up, and I cannot wait till... But then I'm also worried that they're hyping it up to the point of like, oh, we're delaying it again, and then I'm like, no,
I don't think
so.
I don't know, because they've delayed it a couple of times, so it's interesting. I don't know. I don't think it would kill it, but I feel like it's a good time to release a game at the beginning of the year as well. It's a good, really good time. Tals chimes in and says, "I'm a PC player. Sorry." That's fine. We're
PC player as well.
We play PC as well. Don't worry about that, buddy. And then Abdullah says, yes, I'm looking forward to play it demo at PAX. I'll see. Hopefully.
It hasn't been announced yet, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping they announce it sometime soon. Because
was there a demo of this at the Paris Games Expo?
I haven't heard about it, so that's why I'm like,
You would
if-
know. You would know. And there's also there's a gaming expo happening in Japan. I think it happened over the weekend. You would know as well, Fizzman. People would have been uploading.
Nothing Hogwarts Legacy in terms of demos have been released yet, so maybe it's going to be an Australian exclusive. I'm hoping it is because I want to be there playing it in my 1800s Hogwarts robes there, and basically I'm the perfect advertisement for said game.
You are a walking advertisement for said game. At the beginning of the show, we spoke about Fight Night Friday. We might have to make a return of Fight Night Friday because this game was announced during the PlayStation State of Play. Tekken 8. And this game, oh my goodness, what an enhancement in terms of graphics. This is what Tekken deserves to look like. Just look at it. It is gorgeous. And I know that this is a cutscene, but it's sort of like Mortal Kombat where the cutscenes look exactly the same as the gameplay. Like right now, this is the actual gameplay here.
Yep.
Now, I know that the quality of footage that we're playing now is not like 4K, but I'm telling you, when I watched this, I was freaking out. Look at that background, look at the interaction, and also just...
All the quick scene, the quick time
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, it's insane. Tekken is interesting, Fizzman, because it's not Tekken's not a button basher type of game. It's
No.
definitely a like strategy sort of game. Like, well, when I say strategy, like the combos are super important, and the chain attacks are very very important. So, say like
A
Marvel.
button bashing game, essentially.
Well, it's not really not like Marvel vs. Capcom or Street Fighter where you can literally tap whatever and you can.
No. You have to actually know the combos and everything in order.
The combos work. Like, you got to chain them. And I remember playing one of my friends, and he's a freak at Tekken. And I couldn't get a move in because he was just chain fighting me, and he was sick.
No canary cry for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. But look, we're definitely going to have to check out Tekken. I love fighting games. It's one of my favorite genres of gaming. I know that before, during the chat, I'm trying to find the comment now. Here it is. Abdallah said Tekken 8 looks so epic, is crazy. I agree, buddy. I agree. All right, we're going to throw it over to the last game that was announced during the State of Play. I cannot wait for this game. Fizzman, tell me about it. A new Star Wars game, and it's in the realm of VR as well. Tell us about this.
Yes. Unfortunately, I cannot play it yet because VR. But how it works is that you'll begin your story as a droid repair technician who gets swept up into the grand adventure when you crash land on the planet Batu following an attack by the Guavian Death Gang. And it kicks off a series of extraordinary events proving that anyone in the galaxy can become a hero.
This is pretty cool. I don't know if I've actually... Oh, no, that's a lie. There was a Darth Vader VR game that was released on the PlayStation, but it wasn't... It was like a digital download only.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you got to rock it as Vader, but it wasn't a fully fleshed game. It was like a short little demo. So it wasn't a demo. It was a proper game, but it was...
We definitely will see fan favorites like R2-D2, C-3PO, Jedi Master Yoda, and Hondo Onaka. And then some new characters like the boisterous barkeep Cizlak, treasure hunter Lance Kamo, and Guavian Death Gang leader Tara Russian. So new and old characters.
That's awesome. So I'm just going to see what time. Okay, so in development at the moment, it looks like it might be a launch title as well. I wouldn't be surprised because you need some new VR games for the new VR2 when it comes out. So I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out during launch. Was okay to the Star Wars game. What do you mean, Abdallah? Are you talking about this game that we just played here, or are you talking about the Darth Vader one? Because I know the Darth Vader one came out roughly the same time as the Iron Man VR game, which was a lot of fun. Cool. I'm excited for VR. I love my VR. Every time I see a wild VR game in the wild, and I don't own it, I have to own it. Just love it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
You love VR, yeah, Fizz?
I like VR. I can't play it as much because it does do my head in a bit when you're doing it, but it is something I really like dabbling in, and I'm excited to try new VR games, especially when I do get a PlayStation.
Well, that will hopefully happen, Fizzman.
Okay.
All right.
Before we kick it off
Yeah.
to Ubisoft, let's have some trivia.
Let's do it. Let's do some trivia.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw it over?
Geekazoid.
What is up, everyone? It is Captain Fizman here. I'm at Time Zone Parramatta, here to play some games and have some great fun. But also, I'm here to deliver you your weekly trivia question, all about Time Zone. Okay, question 1. In what year did the first Time Zone open in Australia? Once again, in what year did the first Time Zone open in Australia? You got those things tapped on? Get ready for question 2. How many countries would you find a time zone in? Once again, in how many countries would you find a time zone in? And then finally, our final question, what was the first arcade game ever released? Once again, what was the first arcade game released? Get those things passed on. Make sure to let us know in the comments your answers, and I'll see you very soon for the answers.
Geekazoid.
Oh, you've stumped me on a lot of them, Fizzman. That's a hard one. And
Yeah.
where were you filming that one?
I had to put in Time Zone Arcade because the way the questions were worded is like, when did the first Time Zone open in Australia?
Yeah, no, you did really, really well. I was there, and we filmed a couple of things for Time Zone. Was it? It was actually last weekend. D23. That was
2 weekends ago.
Oh, 2 weekends ago. Wow, that was a busy week. Hey, and if you guys haven't checked out yet, Fizzman and Taylor and Geekazoid in general got to do some stuff with Time Zone. So definitely check out their socials for all the happenings at Time Zone, and make sure you go check out Time Zone. I'll be doing an Instagram takeover tomorrow for Time Zone, so make sure you check that out and interact with that. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, hopefully we can do some more stuff with Time Zone very, very soon. Fizzman, speaking about socials and takeovers and stuff like that, if people want to follow Geekazoid, where can they follow us?
You can follow Geekazoid everywhere. Instagram, it is Geekazoid Live. Twitter, Geekazoid. Facebook, Geekazoid. YouTube, Geekazoid as well. Pretty much the only one that differs is Instagram, called Geekazoid Live. But if you just type in Geekazoid, you'll definitely find us.
You'll definitely find us. And just to clarify before, if you're just listening to the podcast version of this, Abdullah was talking about the Star Wars VR game. Was okay to this Star Wars game. Cool. All right, and we have a couple of people giving some answers to that. I'm just going to flash them up really, really quickly so we don't... but if you know all the answers, let us know in the comments below. All right, Fizzman, steer this ship, my captain. Where are we taking this bad boy?
We are taking it to Nintendo Direct. Both Jay and I are huge Nintendo fanboys, so it makes perfect sense for us to make that after. So a lot got announced at Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, didn't it, right? Like, this thing was a real big surprise. The Legend of Zelda, the sequel to the Breath of the Wild, has just been labeled the Breath of the Wild 2 for a very, very long time. In development, we got to see a little bit of glances of it, I think maybe a year ago, or even at the beginning of the year. But during Nintendo Direct, we actually got to see the official title for the new game, which comes out next year. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And it looks like it's in the same vein of the Breath of the Wild in terms of the visuals and art style and all that, which is insane. Link's still looking like wearing that tunic that we recognize him from Breath of the Wild, which is insane. And there's a lot of new features to this as well. This is a day one no-brainer for me, Fizzman. Did you end up playing Breath of the Wild or completing it, or?
So funny thing with that, my Nintendo Switch decided to just not work anymore. And I basically had to reset everything, so I lost all my progress on Breath of the Wild. I was like on the last boss stage.
I remember you telling me this. Yes, isn't that devastating?
So devastating.
I might have to take Breath of the Wild around for another go before I play this game, because the Zelda games, like, we will talk about this eventually one day, the greatest gaming franchise of all time, Zelda, The Legend of Zelda is definitely in there, and every time there's a release, it never disappoints. Let us know in the comments below if Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a game that you are definitely considering to purchase. Little weird guy feels for you, Fizzman. Oh no, Fizzman. That's a shame. Have you tried since, or you're afraid to
No, I'm slowly working through it again. I just haven't touched the game in such a long time.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you, bro. You're busy working, hustling, and putting Geekazoid together as well, which is great to see. But something that was really interesting, Fizzman. I'm excited for this. I mean, I was an N64 loyalist, and I had one growing up. I'm excited for this announcement. Tell me, what are we expecting?
So Nintendo has been doing a
64.
thing where they've been really pushing Nintendo Switch Online, and so one of the most recent things that they've done is they've started to push a lot of classic games. So N64 titles are coming to Nintendo Switch because a lot of people have been asking for like ports of games like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and everything.
Yep.
And they did it for 3DS, but they've also wanted it on the Switch. So this is Nintendo's way of being like, you get all these classic games that you loved as a kid or growing up, and now you get them on the Switch where you can play them portably. Well, not portably. You need an internet connection for this, but yeah.
Oh, so these are only
Nintendo
available.
Switch Online.
So if you have an account, oh, you need to be connected to the internet
You
to
need
be
to
able
be connected online in order to
Right.
play them.
Okay, right. Here we go. This is the thing that's exciting.
I was
This
about
is
to
what-
get to it.
Go for it, Fizz. Talk about it. This is what everyone's wanted. Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, so they gave us all these games, and then they finally have released. They are working on GoldenEye N64 to come to Nintendo Switch, and it's
With online
funny-
play.
Online play.
Wow.
So it means that you don't need to have people in the same room in order to play. You can play it online. Funny thing about that is, when we were filming Beauty and the Geek, my friend Chris brought his Nintendo 64 with him, and we got an
Sick.
adapter so we can play on the TV with the HDMI cable and everything. And I remember we came back from like a press shoot, and they were just like, because we were there at different times, and they were just playing GoldenEye and going up against each other. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
It's very cool. I remember growing up, I probably was 7 or 8 at the time, and when we had slumber parties, I shouldn't say slumber parties, but we had sleepovers for like people's birthdays and stuff like that, and we would be up late playing GoldenEye. And I'm not a big James Bond fan. Like, I love James Bond now, but growing up, I never watched GoldenEye. Those movies to me were like, World Is Not Enough. They sort of weren't, it wasn't my jam, right? But I was definitely into GoldenEye, the game, because my friends were just freaking out about how good this game is. It was a great first-person shooter on the N64 for the time as well. And I guess the controller scheme for the N64 was like, with the handles, and you had the joystick in the middle, or help me in the comments below what we call it. It's not D-stick. Is it D-stick? I can't remember now.
Hold on. I got leave me a minute.
You're gonna be on it. You're gonna be all over it. But you know how you had like the D-pad, and then you also had the thumb controller there, and then you had the side toggles as well. It was revolutionary. So it's really exciting to see all these great games coming across to the Switch, which is really, really good. Thumbstick. Thank you, weird guy.
Analog stick.
Analog stick, thumbstick. I was trying to make it sound like the nunchuck or whatever. Abdallah was just saying before he's finished Breath of the Wild, sorry, but did not finish the side quests. I got distracted by the side quests, and it took me a very long time to actually finish the game because of it. I don't think I've totally finished it because I've released some DLC before since then. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do another round. I played it all handheld as well. I never played it on the screen, so I might have to do that next time. Okay, we're going to be jumping over to this next announcement, which sort of ties us into the Ubisoft and also the Nintendo side of things. But this is Mario Rabbids Spark of Hope. Did you ever play the first Mario Rabbids game, Fizzman?
I bought it. I played it a bit, and I've just put it down. I haven't picked it up since.
Really? when I was living in Amsterdam doing the whole Continuum stuff, right? This was the game that I absolutely played to death. Not Sparks of Hope, the first installment. And I remember I was at E3. I was invited by Ubisoft when they made this announcement as well that Mario and Rabbids were combining and collabing together. It was insane. And this whole turn-based strategy gameplay was the first time I was introduced to this game style. Like, I
What
mean,
do you
there
mean?
were all.
It's Mario Party. It's Mario Rabbids. Mario Party was the first type of game like this.
You're sort of right in terms of where you roll the dice and then you land on the. But when you actually played the games, you're playing at the same time. Where this is more like chess. It's like you only have like a certain amount of squares to move to get closer to your enemy, as you can see in the video here, and then you can attack. But it depends on what character you were as well. Like if you were range or a brawler, or like everyone had different moves, and as you played through the game, you can get the squares to be wider. If ever you played the South Park games as well, they do the turn-based strategy game as well, which is really, really cool. And I'm sure there's games in the past that I have played that was like this, but it was just really refreshing to be able to strategize and think about your moves instead of just button bashing and like, I'm attacking. So I'm going to definitely play this game. I love the first game. I played it to death. There was DLC as well. I actually collected all the figurines for this game as well. That's how much I loved it. And just Mario with a blaster was really, really cool. Fizzman, I'm telling you and everybody listening to this around the world on Geekazoid, don't sleep on this. You can actually pick up the first game from like Big W for probably like $30 now, or even $25 or whatever. You will not be disappointed. It's a Mario game.
Took advantage of the Christmas sales.
Definitely, and when Black Friday happens as well, definitely take advantage of it. We've been talking about this, and this has gone still the video. But October 20th is when this game comes out. Day one purchase for me. Cannot wait for this game. Yeah. All right, we flew through the Nintendo Direct stuff,
yeah.
man. Is there anything that we missed at all in terms of Nintendo stuff? Because we're actually running ahead of time, which is really rare for us.
Fire Emblem Engage.
Oh, we missed that, and we missed that.
Yeah, I was like looking. I'm like, is there a reason why he skipped it?
I missed it, and you know why? It's because it's highlighted on our run sheet the same color as the top one, and I didn't organize any
banner for it.
This is a AAA game as well, and I have no video prepared for it. But you know what? We'll just put this at the end here because it is where is it? Because this is a Switch exclusive. Oh, where did Fizzman go? There it is. All right, Fizzman, you're gonna have to talk about this. Apologies to everybody watching this, but you're just gonna have the Nintendo Switch logo. Let me just close that. There we go. Go, Fizzman, talk about it. Fire Emblem. This is a AAA title as well. How did I miss this?
I don't know how. But so it is coming out very, very soon. You can actually order the digital and physical edition of the Nintendo Shop pre-order actually right now. And pretty much you can team up with iconic heroes from the past Fire Emblem games. And it's turn-based. So very similar to Mario and Rabbids in terms of like the game style and everything, but it allows you, it's sort of similar to like Final Fantasy, but more towards Nintendo and everything. I'm excited because a character which I love to play, and I'm hoping he is in it, Robin. I play him. I always played him in Super Smash because he has the magic abilities and the spell and all that stuff. So I'm like, that's someone I definitely like playing. So I'm interested in actually seeing how that all goes. But it is a strategy game, and it will be released on January 20th, 2023.
Have you ever played a Fire Emblem game before, Fizz?
I think I played one, and it was on my Nintendo DS. But I also played Hyrule Warriors, which I believe is very similar to Fire Emblem.
Oh, yeah. Wow, I totally forgot about Hyrule Warriors. Wow, what a memory unlocked, Fizz, man. I remember picking up Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I played that for a bit. Didn't finish it, but I played it for a bit from a local Target, and I got it for like $28 or something like that, which is really rare to get a Nintendo exclusive Nintendo game for that much. I'm not talking about like a third party game. I'm talking about like you'll never ever find like Mario, like any Mario game for that much. Like Mario Kart will always and forever hold its value. It will never come down on sale, and if it does, it's only $5 because it's just like it's the game that everyone wants. And when Fire Emblem was like that, I went sold, purchased it. I think I picked up 2 copies just in case, but I can't find that other copy. Why do I have 2 copies? I don't need 2 copies, but maybe a friend might want it. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Brisbane.
I've still got to give you the Lego Star Wars game as well because I can't play it on my
you do.
Xbox. There you go. All right. Well, now we've officially finished the Nintendo
I mean, I
Direct stuff.
literally just had the trailer all ready to go. I was just gonna drop it in so we could watch it.
Drop it in. Let's see it. Bring it in all its glory. Here we go.
Okay, just bring it in.
Bring it in,
Video
Fizz, man.
file.
This is great for all the people that are listening to this driving and they can't see this. They're just like, you don't need to do this.
There
It's
it is.
totally fine. Here it is.
We live on the continent of Elios. 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center.
The art style is beautiful.
It is definitely.
1,000 years ago.
I'm going to fast forward it a little bit because it's a long video. Boom, straight into the action. There it is. So yeah, this is that turn-based style that you're talking about before. I'm going to have to pick this... coughing, choking on my water. I'm going to have to pick this up because I do love a turn, you know, this sort of strategy, turn-based style strategy
Oh yeah,
game.
100%.
Very cool. I mean, if you love this, like, Japanese anime styling, that looks sick. I wonder if you need to know the backstory to really appreciate...
I don't think so. I think you're... So there's Marth, who's from the Super Smash Bros.
Well, that's really all you need to know, to be quite honest. There you go. So that's going to be coming out January. There you go.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Awesome. Thanks for setting that up, Fizz, man.
No worries.
All right. Before we kick it over to the Ubisoft Forward, we're going to look at the answers to the trivia questions.
Before we go to there, just a preface on the third trivia question. It is the first commercially released game. Because I saw Tal in the comments putting the answer to question 3, and that's not the answer.
So are you saying as in it has to be an arcade machine, right? Not like a home game or somebody made it in their garage, right?
Commercially released video
Release. Something that was in store or in like a service station or whatever you want to call it, a pub, club, whatever, commercially released. Very good. Tal, you still have time to find out, buddy, but we're going to be throwing it over to Captain Fizzman's variant for the answers to this week's trivia. Here we go.
Geekazoid.
What is up, everyone? It is Captain Fizzman's variant back to deliver the answers to your weekly trivia questions. Okay, question 1. What year was the first time zone established in Australia? Well, it was in Perth in 1978. Okay, question 2. In how many countries would you find a time zone? The answer is 7. And then finally, our final question. What was the first arcade game ever released? That would be Atari Pong. Let us know how you did in the comments, and I'll see you next week with more trivia. Back to you guys in studio.
Geekazoid.
That was a hard one.
Yeah.
And it was like, how did you guys go? Let us know in the comments below. We do have a couple of people that chimed in with some of the questions. Little Weird Guy, the first arcade is Pong. Very good. He got that pretty much like as soon as you asked that question, he dropped that at 7:26, which is awesome. The first time zone, was this right? 1978?
1978, Perth.
Beautiful. And Tal here, he had all these ones as well. It's just the last question that he
which
had.
is why I prefaced that the answer was not computer space, because when I was going through it again, I'm like, oh wait, it's actually it could be this, so I need to preface all of those stuff.
Yeah, and then Little Weird Guy. Time zone is in 6 other countries. Fizzman, off the top of your dome, do you remember what those countries were? Remember we were in time zone looking this up? Here we go.
Australia, India, Canada.
Uh-huh.
I would have to look up the rest because it's
Was it was it Philippines? Was that the other one?
Yes,
maybe
in Philippines.
Philippines?
Hold on.
New Zealand?
Trade International. So
He's
yeah,
looking this
so
up.
India, New Zealand, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, and Vietnam, and Australia.
Vietnam and Singapore. Did you say Singapore?
Yep. So
Nice.
India, New Zealand, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Australia. India actually has the highest number of time zones,
Wow.
and it is spanned. There are 300 locations.
And the
There are
largest
300
time zone.
zones across Australia.
Was it the Gold Coast? Is that what we established? Was it
The
the Gold
largest
Coast?
time zone in Australia is the Gold Coast.
Okay, let's leave it at that because this isn't a time zone themed podcast. Little Weird Guy, I've been playing at Time Zone so much. I got the Platinum Player card. Give him a clap. Give him a clap. You know what? Because of that, I wish I had some sound effects for you, but you get the dancing banana. Yeah, Little Weird Guy. I'm still trying to work towards that. I did have a Platinum Player card a very long time ago. Not a long time ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, which is a very long time. And I had a special wallet for my Platinum card and all the cards I use at Time Zone, and I had lost that wallet.
An update.
And I'm
The
very
world's
upset.
largest time zone arcade is Surface Paradise.
Oh, in the world.
In the world.
That it is very, very big. Like it's
Oh, it is.
It's massive, and it has every single game, and it's so good. Anyway, we better move on because we are running on time, and I want to stay on time as well. Let us know in the comments below if we missed anything in Nintendo Direct, and also we're talking about Ubisoft Forward. If there's anything in Ubisoft that you want to talk about, definitely let us know. All right, keeping in the same realm as Nintendo. Actually, let's go over to Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed game first, Fizman. I see that you've got that here next. Let's start with that. Tell me about Assassin's Creed Mirage.
E18.
So it's been a while since we've gotten a lot of a new Assassin's Creed game, and in 2023 we're getting Assassin's Creed Mirage, and is pretty much taking us back to the roots of Assassin's Creed. So we're going to be going to Baghdad, and it is set on the coming-of-age story of Basan Ibn Ishaq, I believe, and he is a hidden one. So it's following, he's 17 years old, and it's going to be following his journey as he becomes one of the hidden ones.
So good.
So it's essentially paying homage to the first Assassin's Creed games,
Right.
which I'm excited about.
That's pretty
Because
cool.
it's very much about the exploration and the lore and history behind it. I found that as the Assassin's Creed games have been developed, they've really been focusing more on the fighting style rather than the lore and the history behind it, which is what I love about the Assassin's Creed games, because it has that, and I love when games include history. And also there's I believe there's no modern day sequences in this one. So this is going to be the first of it.
That's cool. I mean, it looks sick. Who doesn't love an Assassin's Creed game? Assassin's Creed is just always a winner. My favorite probably so far was Syndicate. That was the one that was set in old England. I absolutely love that, and because I love the references that they had in it, like Charles Dickens and all that sort of stuff. Did you play Valhalla by any chance? That was the last outing of Assassin's Creed.
I didn't play Valhalla. I remember they brought, I'm not sure which Assassin's Creed game it was, but they brought the obstacle course to Piedmont, and we did the
Odyssey.
And I remember
Odyssey.
there's a video that was filmed of me basically stacking it on the obstacle course, and it exists in the internet somewhere, and probably chat.
I
Yeah.
I remember going to that obstacle course. I think I had an event somewhere else that day, but it was pouring rain,
and it was not great on the
and
grip.
because I had to go to an event afterwards, I couldn't afford to get saturated. So I just went, I'm just going to watch this one. Cosplay Chris was
Yaliz.
dressed, and Yaliz was
Cosplay
there as well.
Yaliz.
Yeah,
And
so that was really
funny,
cool.
My Facebook memories popped up, and it was 2017, and it was the photo of us at the Odyssey event that was done by IGN.
Oh,
It
wow,
was
really?
Me, you, Adam, and Taha, who was the person who
Oh.
played one of.
Was that when we did the pegging?
That was when we did the pegging video.
Wow. Remember we got in trouble for that as well because the guy didn't
Yeah,
think
where's
we
the
knew each
video,
other.
Jaden?
Yeah, it's probably somewhere. We need to see. We can bring all this stuff back for Geekazoid. This is the sort of stuff we
Yes,
should
we
be doing at
can.
events. It's like, hey, Time Zone, you need to do a collab. Yeah, I'll just peg all these clips. We had to be. The idea was. It was a really good concept. So obviously, Assassin's Creed, you have to be very stealth-like, and the idea was is that you had to peg like what do you call them? Clothesline pegs,
Close
washing
peg,
peg.
not pegging. Get your heads out of the gutter, people.
You had to put pegs on the back of people's clothes, right? And whoever could put it on the most people without getting detected, you were the Assassin's Creed of
I'm
pegs.
trying to think who won out of me and you. I think it might have been me by like maybe
No!
two.
Get lost. It was
You gotta
clearly
see
me.
the video. You gotta see the video.
You know
Well,
what?
the
We're
video
gonna have
was
to
never
redo
released.
this. You know what? When this game comes out, we'll definitely pitch it to Ubisoft, and let's see if we can get a sponsorship for Assassin's Creed Mirage. It
Yeah.
comes out next year. Cannot wait for that.
Mirage isn't the only one that was announced. Actually, Assassin's Creed is coming exclusively to Xbox Series XS and Xbox One.
Is it really?
Yes.
What? So I can't play it?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm on the Xbox site. Never mind. But Mirage wasn't the only one that was announced. Codename Red is also being developed by Ubisoft Quebec, and
Yep.
it is taking people to the feudal Japan.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty
actually
cool.
Getting a lot of ninjas, and then Codename Hex, which is rumored to have a lot of witchcraft elements to it. Which
Oh.
is something I'm interested in. And then Codename Infinity, which is taking people on like a mobile experience.
That's very cool. They're got to be running out of like historical locations for
They
Assassin's
need
Creed,
they
right?
need to take it to Australia.
You know what?
Creed set in Australia.
I've always said like Assassin's Creed, but like in the time of like Ned Kelly, like that sort of time.
Yes.
Like, could you imagine? And it's like with that the bucket helmet or interacting with Ned Kelly, like that would be awesome. It's sort of like a cowboyish sort of thing in the outback. Could be like a Red Dead, Redemption sort of style. The only problem is that I don't think there was high-rise buildings in Australia back then. So how can you do your whole? You'll be
Trees.
doing, huh?
Trees.
Trees.
A lot of trees.
You know, the leap of faith. He'll be like literally jumping off like.
I mean, it wouldn't be high-rise building. It would be like tall ones, but they'll probably be like enclosed with shrubbery and everything.
True.
Unless
I mean,
they take it to like a futuristic Australia and they have it going back and forth.
Interesting. I mean, they could. Yeah, that's not for me to decide. I just come up with the ideas. They just make it work, right? I can't wait for the Japan Assassin's Creed. Little weird guy says as well. All right, we're gonna be jumping over from This is like from one extreme to the other. I know we touched on this before when we're talking about the Nintendo stuff as well, but this is pretty cool. Rayman is coming to Mario and Rabbids, and it makes sense because the Rabbids characters were first established in a Rayman game.
Yep.
But to see Mario and Rayman share the screen together, or just share a video game together, this is a pretty big deal.
I mean,
So Rayman
we know Mario can share. I mean, he's been sharing the Olympic Games with Sonic for so long.
Yeah, and
So
Super
he
Smash Bros.
And Super Smash Bros.
And it's
So
really
definitely-
surprising that Rayman didn't come across as Super Smash Bros. Because when you think of like iconic gaming characters, Rayman is, I guess, up there. Maybe not so much now, but he's definitely is up there. But we had like Rayman Origins. I mean, Natasha used to play Rayman growing up as well. So it is a DLC. I think that's a good call because I love that when they keep supporting games after they're released. I love that. And it just gives the game, you know, a facelift. So yeah,
So it's a good reason to go pick it up again.
pick it up again when it's on sale. That's right. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this game. We might have to do some Geekazoid gameplays with this game, and of course Hogwarts Legacy. We're gonna be looking at it because we need to do some more streams with Geekazoid. Fizzman, I was toying with the name. Not a rebranding, but like for the gaming segments of the Geekazoid part, calling it Gamerzoid. Come on.
Gamerzoid would work.
I mean, I just come up with the ideas. You guys make it happen. Yeah, so look, we don't have to delve on this much longer, but there is a game that we are really interested in talking about. I mean, this is a great way to get your fitness up, and I used to be partnered with them doing this game as well. Just Dance 2023 edition. What's really exciting about this Just Dance announcement? Yes, okay, the song titles and all that sort of stuff, but it's the interface. It's the game hub. Yes, of course, the visuals, the songs that they announced, which is awesome.
I'm
but
looking for PAX. I'm
Oh,
trying to figure it out for PAX.
if you go to the PAX, you'll actually get to play this game. But it's also, just look at the interface, like the characters at the top. When you got your avatars, it's not just your name at the top; it's your character avatar.
I think they did that for 2022.
Did they?
It feels very familiar.
Maybe they did. Maybe they will touch it. Look, to be honest, I didn't really play 2022 because I was busy moving into a house. But this looks great. And
A
then
lot of Beauty and the Geek nights whenever I was bored playing Just Dance.
really, that's pretty cool.
I have log footage of me playing Just Dance because I actually have it. I could put it up there.
Oh, okay. Well, we will need to share this, Fizzman. And then also, see how they've added edition at the end of it? 2022 wasn't called 2022 edition, right?
No,
Is this
it was. I think this is a new title.
Yeah, so I wonder. It looks like a rebranding or a renaming of the series. I know that Just Dance have really gone online, and they're trying to encourage people to like subscribe to Just Dance online, because then you get the whole back catalog, which is really, really cool. And it's great that you don't have to change cartridges or discs to access that. Great strategy. I remember being at the Ubisoft headquarters in Paris, and I was talking to the game developers, and this is something that
Okay.
they've been
So-
trying to establish for quite a long
The
time.
answer to that is because it's the last actual game being released. So this is
Physical.
the last physical game, because it's going to be a live service game from now on. So when 2024 comes on, that title will change to 2024 edition, and then so forth. And they'll keep adding to it. But it's going to be the last game ever released for Just Dance.
Wow.
Yeah,
So it's basically a subscription service now.
pretty much.
That is such a great insight, Fizz, man. That is really, really good to know. Look, I mean, I do Apple Fitness Plus. Love Apple Fitness Plus. It's not dance, but they do have dance in it as well. Cardio, treadmill, whatever you want. I love that for my fitness. Just Dance is definitely good for your fitness. So if you've never ever played Just Dance before, I know that a lot of you have. Abdullah, I can't wait to play it. Lol. I know you're a big Just Dancer, and I know that you upload a lot of dance stuff. Definitely get Just Dance. It's a great party game. It always wins. It's not as intense as your Assassin's Creed, but Just Dance, it's always a winner. That's it, Fizz.
That's it.
I think we've wrapped it up. And
Yeah.
it's under an hour. Oh my
It's
goodness.
under an hour.
I mean, it is the two of us, so that probably has something to do with it. Now I've gone out of focus
100%.
with my camera. I've gone out of focus, but there we go. That's exciting. Speaking of things exciting, Fizzman, what is happening over the weekend for you? What's happening tomorrow? Are we allowed to release this?
I don't know if we can release it. But we'll be doing something for Oz Comic Con.
Yeah,
That's
I'm sure we
really
can
good.
say. Can we
Uh,
say
Yeah.
what
I'm
channel
pretty
to tune in
sure.
on?
Studio 10.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Around
Yeah.
8, between 8 and 9 maybe, or something like that.
You'll see me in a new cosplay, not Harry Potter, unfortunately, but it's fine.
Wait,
I'm not upset about that at all.
How are we going to recognize you, Fizzman, if you're not in a Harry Potter cosplay?
I don't know. I have to have like a big neon sign, Fizzman, right here.
Fizzman. We'll find you. Don't worry, Fizzman. And if we don't find Fizzman, Fizzman will find you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
100%. I'm.
Oh, that sounds like a bit of like a horror movie, to be quite honest. Little weird guy, in time for my birthday. Woo. When's your birthday?
I think it's tomorrow, I believe.
What?
Or it's this weekend. I'm pretty sure.
Birthday banana for you,
Eric.
buddy.
I think
Is he-
yeah.
is-
I think it is around this weekend or tomorrow.
He'll let us know for sure, right? Okay, so then, yeah, so we got that happening tomorrow. I'm going to be making an appearance Saturday morning at Oz Comic Con as well, so definitely come over and say
Oh, you
hi.
will be?
I will be. I haven't told you yet either.
No, you haven't. I was told you just weren't going tomorrow. It is
Tomorrow,
his
is
birthday
it?
tomorrow.
Happy birthday tomorrow, little weird guy. We'll make sure we send a special shout out to you in our Instagram stories because little weird guy, you are always here on the stream. We appreciate your support. Tal is always there as well. He says he'll be at Oz Comic Con this weekend. He'll be Anakin Skywalker from Return of
the
Revenge of the Sith. I was gonna say Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith. Saturday he'll be Resident Evil 2 Leon, which is awesome. I wish I was there because I love Resident Evil. I think it's a great franchise. And then
I'll be
Abdallah as
there.
well. Check out Fizzman. And Abdallah's going to be
I'll be
there. He's
there.
going to be as Kenobi cosplaying in his Kenobi series this weekend over at Oz Comic Con. I don't know if I'm going to be cosplaying. I am there working. I can't reveal who I'm working with yet because it actually might not happen. But at this stage, I might be working in the morning. So if I am there, it'll be definitely there before lunchtime on Saturday, and then I'm off to Canberra because Natasha has a show in Canberra. So I'm going to go over there and support her. And then, before we chime out, we're talking about Star Wars. Did you check out the new Star Wars series, Andor? Did you check it out yet?
Not yet.
I haven't either, but I'm going to check it out tonight. 3 episodes dropped yesterday, guys, if you haven't checked it out yet. No spoilers in the chat. I'm actually going to turn the chat off right now so we don't get spoiled. But I've heard great things. Fizzman, where can we find you on your socials, my friend?
You can find me everywhere at Captain Fizzman. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Vero, Be Real, Tumblr, everywhere is a Captain Fizzman. Also, if you're at Comic-Con, you can find me. I'll be Harry Potter or James Potter on Saturday, and I'll be Hawkeye on Sunday, and I'll be doing 2 panels. So on Saturday, a trivia panel, which is live trivia. So there's going to be I usually do it on my phone, on the phones, but it's going to be live trivia buzzers or whiteboards. Haven't decided yet, but it's going to be just a whole bunch of pop culture trivia. And then on Sunday, I'll be moderating and being part of the Beauty and the Geek panel.
I wish I was there for that. I'm really upset
It's
that I can't
okay,
be
man.
for that because I absolutely love watching Beauty and the Geek, and to meet all your friends in the flesh would have been unreal. But hopefully soon we can do that because that would be amazing. Definitely check out the trivia. It's a lot of fun. And if you guys want to follow me on my socials, it's at jred_HD on Twitter. I am on Twitter. I hardly use it though. TikTok, Instagram. Follow me on YouTube and Facebook or wherever. I'm on Be Real as well. So if you want to follow me on that, DM me. It's always just me in front of a computer screen, to be quite honest. That's my natural habitat. But yeah, definitely come say hi to us at Oz Comic Con. Definitely follow us on our socials at Geekazoid Live. And Fizzman, close the show for me, buddy.
Make sure to keep tuning into Geekazoid every Thursday, 7 p.m. AEST. Make sure to follow all our socials at Geekazoid Live. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and hopefully TikTok very soon. And other than that, make sure to always keep up the latest geeking news and keep geeking out.
Keep geeking out. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.